Welcome to Big Blend Radio's Adventures in Asheville show, featuring Steve and Karen Wilson, owners and innkeepers of the Lion and the Rose Bed and Breakfast. It's almost fall, y'all, or maybe you're listening to this when it is the actual fall season. But we are getting you prepared for adventures in Asheville this fall season. It's so exciting because part of the Blue Ridge Parkway is open, right? Karen, welcome back. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. How about you?
You're doing good. Excited for fall season. I mean, I know that is the biggest season for Asheville of all the travelers coming through to go leaf peeping. And I know you guys are getting all set up at the inn at the Lion and the Rose Bed and Breakfast. Everyone, lion-rose.com. Check that out. It's linked in the episode notes. But yeah, I'm excited because, you know, it looks like fall may be coming a little early, and that's cool for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. And we're excited that definitely the closest part of the parkway is now open next to us. So we're excited.
And the Pisgah National Forest is still going. And like Steve, Looking Glass Falls is open, right? Oh, that's still all going.
That's been open. That's been our route up to the parts of the parkway that were open before they opened up the one stretch from the Arboretum. So that's how we were getting up there. And I don't think a lot of people knew about that because some of the places, such as Graveyard Fields, we actually were able to find a parking spot where this time of year you can never find a parking spot.
Right.
Normally.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So there's lots to do in the fall, and that's what we're going to talk about. You guys have put this top 20 list of unique experiences in the Asheville region for the fall season. And number one is Blue Ridge Parkway leaf peeping. So Karen, what is the season? What are the typical times? Because I know we've been to Chimney Rock, which is back open, the state park, which is great.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They have a different elevation. So when their leaves are ready, it's different than other places, right?
Right. So we will typically start seeing a little bit of color, usually at the end of September, definitely early October, and then as late as early November, mid-November. So it does depend on the elevation. Higher in the mountains will start first, and then it kind of comes down to us where we get that around the last week of October, and then Chimney Rock is the last area to have the color.
So this is like a good time frame. So people have time to get up and do it. And the second thing you put on the list is the Asheville Jeep tours. And so that's going to be a way people can get around. And do they go actually into the forest with that?
They do. They have several different tours where you can do like a waterfall hike. You can do a Blue Ridge Parkway tour. And then they have a special fall foliage one where they'll take you to the spots with the best color in that. It's owned by a local guy, and he grew up here. He knows, nature and the outdoors like, backhand. So he can tell you any kind of history and what you're looking at. So a lot of knowledge there.
Now, Steve, haunted Asheville tours. Do you take people on tours and go boo? No, just kidding. One thing I love about fall at the inn at the Lion and the Rose, everyone, is they put their Bates Motel sign in the window for all the bus tours, the Zoom, and then all the trolley tours. And so the haunted history and murder mystery trolley tour is still happening, right? Because that is cool. Now, Steve, are you dressing up as Elvis this year?
I don't think so. We'll see what we do.
You already know.
Well, yeah. My Elvis costume got lost in the basement flood, so I had to put Elvis on hold till another time.
You did a good Elvis.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
He does. He does make a good Elvis.
I don't know what it is today, but almost all my interviews included Elvis today. He's talking. Or singing. Maybe he says, have a burger with bacon and peanut butter on it. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Don't pay the
bananas. No.
Yeah, I know.
That's why he died, It's the bananas that killed him. I'm just kidding. I'm going to get in trouble for talking about Elvis.
No.
Well, we are talking about haunted history. I'm just adding some.
Yeah.
Don't forget, just down the road in the Montford Historic District is the cemetery. That cemetery where Thomas Wolfe, the writer and author, and Henry are buried, and it's just a super cool cemetery for all of those people like me and Nancy who travel to cemeteries when they travel. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I know people that go to cemeteries. You know Jo Clark, the travel writer? She actually goes to cemeteries for people when she goes places to help them find their ancestors' grave. Isn't that wild?
Okay.
That's
That
sweet.
is.
It's a
Yeah.
sweet thing to do,
Yeah.
But the other thing down the road or up the road from you is the place where Zelda Fitzgerald died
Yep.
in
The
the
old
fire.
hospital. Yep.
Yeah, she went where they did the electrocution thing, whatever they call it. They
Yep.
zapped her brain
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah, shock therapy.
Yeah.
This is, that era is quite interesting what they did to people, especially women.
Oh, it is.
Not so cool. But she did put herself back in there. She thought, oh, I need to do this. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Maybe it felt good. I don't know. Maybe a little.
I don't know.
I do not like being
Mm.
shocked. I've been shocked before a few times, and I have a metal rod in my arm, and I will tell you, it goes right to your heart. It's
Ooh,
freaky, and it doesn't leave
no.
your body for a while. So
Oh,
you look at people
yeah.
getting tased, and I'm like, no. But anyway, she went there, and then she died in a fire trying to run up the fire escape, and the fire escape was wooden planks. So I'm just saying,
Yeah.
back then, what were they thinking about
I
a
know.
fire escape being wooden steps?
I have no idea there. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Right.
just saying. Anyway,
They even put two and two together there.
but they do say you can smell burning hair on some nights out there.
They do say that. Yep.
I've heard.
I don't know. You have to go and find
Mhm.
out. So part of that Asheville tour, I love it. I love that tour. And then the Christmas
Yeah.
one is fun too because you can sing on the trolley
Yep.
Mhm.
That one's
or
fun
watch
too.
other people do it. Yeah, yeah. But and smile. All right.
Yep.
Okay, so Steve, this next one on the list, number 4, and these are in no apparent order. They're just,
No.
hey, go check it out. Mountaintop Zipline Tour with Navatat, who has been on the show previously. So anybody who's been on the show previously, we will put those links in the episode notes for you. Navatat. So Steve, ziplining through the trees, you think that is a cool thing for fall?
That would be very cool for fall. I mean, and we haven't had the opportunity to do it because we're usually busy working all the time. But I would highly recommend if you get a chance to go up there and do that zip line, especially in the fall, because I imagine you'll be just surrounded by color.
We've had guests that have, and I've seen the
Yeah.
pictures. It's phenomenal. The pictures they came back with the color, definitely.
You know what? It's intoxicating, the colors, the fall colors. I mean, and when I think your area, I mean, when we first started doing the tour, we went to some mountain areas in California and stuff and saw fall colors. I'm like, oh, this is it, And don't forget, I was raised in Africa. So fall colors, like what America knows, fall colors, a little different.
Right.
We didn't really celebrate. We don't know what this pumpkin spice and all that stuff was. So like, what? Now they probably do it, but going up there, I was like, oh, that's really pretty. And Aspens in Colorado is just amazing, right? And then get to back east and the Appalachian region, and you see these. I don't know. It does something to your body. Like no one will ever take that away from me. Like I know for a fact something happens positive to your body when you see those colors. Like in a really good garden, flowers and everything, but the trees doing that. And you think that they're dropping their leaves to help regenerate. Like they know they're going bye-bye. It's like a happy death. Like, all right, I'm going.
Yeah.
It's like they know. It's pretty amazing.
It is.
Yeah, I'm taking a nap and I'm making mulch for fireflies to breed and nest and do things. True. Okay, Biltmore Estate. That is a must. And Karen, this goes all the way into the holiday season. They must do it up in the fall too.
Well, the gardens are beautiful in the fall because you got like they do the colors of different types of plants that give you that fall feeling. So you have like the orange and the purple of like the Halloween color and like mums and several different other types of flowers. And then there's just pretty areas like down by the little lake on the way out of the estate. You can see the Biltmore Estate up on the hill. When the colors are just right on those trees there, it reflects off the water and you see the house up there. It's kind of a magical kind of thing.
And then inside the estate itself, like they get decked out. And there's wine tasting. Did we talk about wine tasting yet? Doesn't that go with it? I'm just saying that's
we
a
will.
stop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, taking a yoga hike or forest bathing with Asheville Wellness Tours. Don't forget, they also have goat yoga, right, Karen?
Yes, they do. They do. I wouldn't make that a fall must do, but I absolutely love the yoga hike. It's like a 2-mile hike to the top of a mountain, and then you just do like a 45-minute yoga session. They have like daytime, or we did the sunset one, which was just beautiful. It's not a difficult, it's enough for any kind of level for hiker or yogi to do. And the forest bathing, we have not had the opportunity to, but we've had Nicole on the show a few times talking about how that's just like finding your connection with nature, and they're teaching you different things about what you're looking at, same thing, the trees, and just connecting you with nature.
Yeah, I think it's and to go in the fall, that's this whole change of season. So people that are
exactly,
we're at the fourth quarter of the year, and I have no clue how it happened. Like I don't know how this. I mean, this is one of those years that it really did zoom by that fast. And I think with this season, I love fall because it's like the season of change, and going on a hike or, forest bathing, and it allows you to kind of slow down and contemplate, reflect, and make positive change, right? Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, positive change and all that good stuff. Now, the other thing about hiking you have on the list, and Steve, I'm going to you on this one.
Okay.
Guided llama treks at Ella Berry Llama Farms. Is it Yama or Llama?
It depends on where you're from.
I say llama.
Llama.
I say llama when I'm if you're down there in the Spanish country, it would be Yama. So we'll call them a llama.
Okay, so tell us about the llama treks, because that's cool to do.
It's very
They're
cool.
Awesome.
You get to go down there and you get to pick out your llama and basically lead them around an apple orchard, and you get to have your own llama or on a leash. You just gotta. It's kind of like a deal with horses. If you let them eat too long, it gets hard to kind of get them out of the grass to stop eating if you're a little too soft on some of them. But they all have different personalities, and make sure that you're watching them as well, because they might spit on you.
They do spit. They're funny. They do spit.
We didn't have that problem, but
we did.
No, we didn't have that problem either. We did it. Nancy, last time we did one of those was up in the mountains in San Diego, and the local vet, who we decided we didn't like, and our cat did not like, because she came back limping from getting an injection. So this was not a good vet. The vet was just harassing this llama, and Nancy took the llama away. The llama came and put her head on Nancy's shoulder, and because the woman was being really rough handling, and Nancy was like, "You will not," she's like, "If I'll punch you out. You don't hurt the animal, and you're a vet," which is crazy. So it was a very weird thing, but we just went up through the mountain really easy, and they just basically, they're pack animals, and so they were carrying our lunch, and then we went sat by a stream and had this amazing lunch. I'll never forget it, with goat cheese. And it wasn't llama cheese, it was goat cheese. I know, but it's like a whole different animal experience, really, and it's cool. It's cool.
Pretty cool.
So now, Karen, hike and sip tour at Souther Williams Vineyards.
Yes. So this is a newer partner we have, and we have not done the tour yet, but we are doing it soon. So we will have them on and do a more in-depth thing in the future about it. But when I saw that tour, I'm like, that caught my eye. Of course, anything with a hike, and then we're talking something to sip on while you're hiking, after hiking. That's a winner for me.
It's always good. It's always good.
Yeah.
I like that. Hike and wine. The next one is the Asheville Rooftop Bar Tours. They've also been on the podcast before, and this is something I really want to do, because I think I'm a huge sunset sunrise person, and I would like to do a sunset from the rooftop, because it's Asheville is such an interesting city, even how it's made up. And people are like, "What side of Asheville are you on?" I'm like, I have no clue. Around the mountain, the side of Tunnel Road, I have no clue. I mean, it really, the way the roads go is like they kept adding on. So it's like it basically, it's abstract art. That's what the road is. But you got Tunnel Road that goes around in the river and stuff. But to be up on the rooftop to see that, and the architecture spans decades and centuries. Like, really, you can have an Art Deco building next to like an ancient cathedral and go like, what? Yeah, all right.
Right.
That's what happened. So being a rooftop, to me, with a really good cocktail, well-crafted cocktail, that has a story behind it would be good. And having a tour like that, because I know they do a lot of the history. So that would
They
be
do.
a bucket list for
Mm-hmm.
me. That is a bucket list
Yeah.
item for Asheville for me to do. Have you guys
Yeah.
been on one?
We have.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. We did when she first started the tours, pretty much 7 years ago when we got here. Yeah.
Speaking of which, it's 7 years. September is 7 years for the Lion and the Rose Bed and
It is?
Breakfast. So happy
Yay!
anniversary.
Yeah, for us.
7 years. Lucky number 7. You know what they
Yeah.
say.
Mm.
Don't spend it all at the casino.
Yeah.
So now the North Carolina Mountain State Fair, which is happening like now, September 5th through 14th. Steve, do you like a state fair? Do you like funnel cake? I'm just saying.
Sure. Who doesn't like funnel cake? Chocolate or deep fried candy bars or deep fried
I
Twinkies
know.
or deep fried anything you can think of.
You often get music too.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Carnival rides and all that kind of good stuff.
Carnival rides are good. Haunted houses.
No, not haunted houses, but they should add that. That would be a
Yeah.
nice new twist.
Mm-hmm.
That should be fun. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, Karen, you put on the list Rad Resilience, September 13th, RAD. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So that's going to be a new event, and that's specific to this year because that's supposed to be celebrating artists in the River Arts District that lost their galleries and that almost a year ago from Hurricane Helene. So they're trying to lift up the artists and doing a nice, day event for it. They've had different things throughout the year, but this one's going to be a little bit more, I think, emotional because it's going to be down in the River Arts where all that devastation did happen. But you can see how things are coming back, coming alive, and everybody's starting to, feel normal and thrive again.
And also there's music, food trucks, projects,
Oh, yeah.
interactive projects. And so that's great. I think that's a smart
Right.
move. Yeah. And
Mhm.
looking at over 350 artists share work
Right.
in this. Yeah. So this is amazing.
Mhm.
And 100 were displaced by the storm. That's a big figure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is.
Wow.
It is.
No more of that weather. Thank you very much.
No.
You guys, you've got to think of this like you took over the inn, 7 years ago. Then COVID
Yep.
hits, right? You made it through
Mhm.
COVID, made
I
it
know.
through a hurricane, and your 7-year anniversary is now. So I feel like this is your year. This is your year of no
I certainly
drama,
hope so.
no drama, no drama. Other than when Nancy and I come to visit and, we'll be silly, we'll have a good time.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
we can handle that.
That's good drama.
It
Crazy
is.
drama.
Exactly. We can handle that.
Yeah, friend drama is good drama. All right,
Yeah.
so the next one, Flock to the Rock at Chimney Rock State Park, and this happens September 13th. Yeah, because they get a lot of hawks, and so this is
Mhm.
okay. There's a lot of birds, but don't they run
Right.
up those stairs or something or no?
So there's no, it's more about bird watching where you have guided hikes with rangers on site and stuff like that. And that's like typically the migration time when you will see the hawks and falcons. What else am I missing, Steve? The birds of prey, basically.
Yeah, birds of prey, they come through there. And I think the peregrines are there year round, but they will have, I think what are they, the broad-shouldered hawk migration?
Yeah, I
Sure,
think,
if they
yeah.
actually go by there, but I know there are some other areas there, but I'm sure you'll see some stragglers coming through as well, even if it might not be the main flight path. But
Get
yeah,
back on the
I think
flight path. Detour. There's bourbon over here. Well, that's cool though. I mean, because I remember so many of the raptors, circling
Mhm.
above, and yeah. Now,
Right.
I'm glad you put in the North Carolina Arboretum. You know, we love the Arboretum, but there's these
Yes.
arbor evenings. What happens through that? Well, that's going to end soon, but this is cool. And just
It's going to,
go to the Arboretum itself is good,
exactly. The Arboretum's good all year, but that starts in the summer and then it goes through September. And that's going to be where you have the live music and wine on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So you like after hours where you stroll around the grounds with some wine, listening to music. So it's a nice, relaxed kind of chill evening.
And I bet you they change the quilt, that garden that's
They do.
like a quilt into fall
Mhm.
colors for fall.
They
It's
do.
amazing.
We change that seasonally.
I love the Arboretum.
I do too.
Oktoberfest. Oh, who's dressing
Yeah.
up? Karen,
Of course.
dressing up. Okay. Steve, you're not doing Elvis, but are you putting lederhosen on?
Right, if I can find some. I lost my lederhosen too, so a lot of it did.
Yep.
Really? And Karen, did your outfits make it, or did they go too?
No, I have mine. I did. I managed to save mine.
See, a girl
So
knows
I'm
how to
ready.
save her closet. Yep. Yeah, that's it. See, this is the difference between boys and girls, right?
Priorities.
I
Yeah.
know. Okay, so there's Oktoberfest festivals, everyone, but what's this
Yes.
Clawtoberfest?
That is a specific one for Highland Brewing. So that's their version of Oktoberfest, where they have a special beer, whatever, that they put on tap each year for Oktoberfest. And then they make it an Oktoberfest kind of day, a festival with the music and the food and the whole thing.
And you can dress up.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And they have games, food, and music by Lagerhosen.
They have the traditional music.
Everyone, this is
Pop.
September 20th, and then on the 27th is Hillman Oktoberfest.
Yep.
And then Asheville Oktoberfest. And the downtown is it's going to be at Peck Square, October 4th.
Yep.
So, yeah, get your lederhosen on. Okay. Weekend at the Folk Arts Center. Now, we went there to the Folk Arts Center with you, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We those big mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
We walked that trail.
We took doggies. Yes, Southern Appalachian Heritage happens there, but they have the weekend where there's actual demonstrations and mountain music and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So that's something worth seeing. It's definitely a taste of Appalachia and the fact of the arts and music and all that. So that's a fun little event.
Well, you talk about it having like old school traditions like blacksmithing and broom making. Do you know North Carolina is like one of the hot spots of broom making in the country historically?
I know. I didn't know that till just a couple of years ago, actually.
Yeah, you know how to sweep it out. Sweep it out. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so the Food and Culture Festival, that's coming up September 19th through 21st. Over 40 food trucks? Boy.
Yeah. It's all about food and artists and that. So yeah, that's an interesting event.
And artists, food, yeah. And then Asheville Art in the Park, October 4th and 18th, also in Peck Square Park. So that's cool.
Yep.
Some more art festivals.
All
then,
about arts, yeah.
In your neighborhood, got two things going on in your neighborhood. Montford Park Players, they're going to do King Lear this year. Cool. And She Kills Monsters.
Yep. October, they always do something kind of on the spooky side. So that's the one for October this year.
She kills monsters. And then Steve comes out and goes, "No, she doesn't. It was me." So September 5th through 27th, everyone, it's King Lear. And then October 3rd through 25th is She Kills Monsters. And so this is North Carolina's longest running Shakespeare festival. Happens right in Steve and Karen's
in our little neighborhood.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
cool.
Montford Porch Fest, October 4th. That is that's like really like a neighborhood tradition. But, you know, Steve and Karen's neighborhood has over 600 historic homes on the National Historic Register. So it's a different neighborhood. Yeah, this is cool. Are you going to have someone at the end this year?
Yes, we have two bands this year. So about an hour and a half of music this year. Fortunately, our friend Liz Teague will not be making it this year, and we've had her every year since we've been here. So that's a little sad. But one of the bands she plays with is going to be one of the ones, and then there'll be a second one. Plenty of music though. It'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah. Now, Halloween in Montford. This is the final entry of today's podcast. Halloween. So Steve doesn't have an Elvis outfit. He doesn't have his lederhosen. So Steve, I mean, the whole neighborhood gets ready for Halloween. This is people do knock on the door and not run until they have the candy, right?
Yep.
Steve
well, we set up a table out in front generally, and that way we can keep them from walking up the stairs on the porch and all that.
Keep a line moving.
Assembly line moving. So
how much
basically
candy,
assembly line.
How much candy do you need? Like when you buy candy, how much?
At least 1,000 pieces.
Yeah. That's how we've counted how many we've had, is by how many pieces of candy handed out.
Now, do you bring one of your kegs of beer down, Steve, so that like the adults get to have a sip on their way?
They'll
Yeah.
have access to the beer. Yep, beer.
Mhm.
They can bring their own wine if they want, and maybe we'll even have a couple bottles for them or something like that. And we'll have some snacks sometimes if guests want to participate. They don't always want to participate, but if they do, we'll come up
Some
with something.
special treats.
You
Yeah.
know, there's something fun about being somewhere else over Halloween and just joining in.
Yeah.
If we were guests at that time, something, Nancy would be popping out like Hot Mama Babushka in her gypsy outfit, and then, or she could come as Moses. She's got this huge, walking stick that she won't let
There you
me
go.
buy her anything.
I was thinking.
No, I want the big walking stick. Like, you look like Moses. When
I was gonna say Gandalf.
she will walk through a city with a poncho on, flowing, with a big stick. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. I don't care. So everyone, if you go to the Lion on the Rose Bed and Breakfast and you see a woman walking down the street with a big stick, it's Nancy of Big Blend Radio who wants to be
Let
part of
my people go.
There you go. But yeah, you got to dress up. I mean, it's fun to be in a different town and
Yeah.
dress up on top of it, or just something fun. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Who are you going to be this year, Karen?
We are going to do what we just did for the horror convention. We are going to do Chucky and Tiffany.
I saw those photos. That was hysterical. That was
Yeah, it's
hysterical.
so funny. This girl looks at me and she goes, "Look, it's an adult Chucky."
And the
No, I
guy
think-
said, "No, Charles."
Charles, oh, you're a grown up now. You're Charles.
Well, everyone, you never know what you can have happen at the Lion and the Rose Bed and Breakfast. They may come out and
Yeah,
serve you.
6'3" Chucky.
No, that's hysterical. It looked great. Everyone, keep up with Steve and Karen at lion-rose.com. And during the fall season, don't forget, like, you're doing so much running around, going leaf peeping and all these different events, that on Sunday morning, Steve makes the big breakfast of champions and you get a beer mosa. And it'll just take all your troubles away in the world. So make
Yep.
sure you check
Mhm.
in. Go to lion-rose.com. We'll be back here in October when we will get spooky and Chucky will come out and play, whether you like
Yay.
it or not. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us here on Big Blend Radio's Adventures in Asheville show. Learn more about the Lion and the Rose Bed and Breakfast, which is located in the historic Montford District of Asheville, North Carolina. Go to lion-rose.com. You can keep up with our Big Blend radio shows at bigblendradio.com.